Good morning, folks. It's Monday, and I've been trying to get you guys a video out every single day, but for Monday, there's not going to be one. So, um, you're watching this on Tuesday. So, if you showed up yesterday looking for a new video and you didn't find one, here's why. Yesterday, I was going to make you guys a video. I cut an intro plus one clip, and I'll add those after this. But I was running around with errands, doing errands with the wife, which amounted to, you guys may know or have heard me say that I'm a rock hound, a watchmaker, a jeweler, a lapidary. I like rocks, gems, and minerals, and I have all the equipment to cut and polish rocks, gems, and minerals. I have an 18-inch diamond saw that has been in storage for a few years. And she and I both enjoy going out rock hounding and finding rocks, bringing them home, cutting them open, and see what's in them. So yesterday it was all about that. Even started making some video of doing that, and that'll be posted on my other YouTube channel called The Rock Hound Connection. And that will be, I will try to remember to put a link to that down in the comments. Now, somewhere along the line, making the clips for the rock hounding video, I realized something. I realized I enjoy it, and I started having fun. I loosened up. I'm always so serious all the stinking time, and that's a product of my entire life. Be serious. Don't be funny. Don't tell girls dirty jokes and make them giggle. Don't sing funny songs in public. Don't act up. Don't, you know what I'm talking about. So my entire life has been like that. Be serious. You want to be taken serious. I'm 55 years old, and I've never allowed myself, or even been allowed, to just cut loose and have fun. So hopefully I can do a little more of that for you guys, or really for myself. And hopefully there's not a knee-jerk reaction of 55 years of suppressed silliness and I overdo it. But if I do, I do. It'll calm down after a while. But yeah, we're going to start having a little more fun. You can't go through life without having some fun. So we're going to try to do that more often. But for now, let's get this video going. I'm going to turn you guys around and show you what sold over the past couple of days since lunchtime Saturday. And then we'll go from there. We're going to go out today. We've got to go pay some bills. Got to go pay that mortgage. That dadgum bill comes around every month. Then we're going to go to the bottle drop, see how much money we can get. Then we're going to take that money and go over to the bins and see what we can find. It's been a little while since we've been to the bins, so we're going to go back today. But until now and then, let's get you turned around and show you what we sold for over the weekend. Let's see. I'm going to just go ahead and take you guys off of the camera. Hello. Okay. We're going to do things a little different today. Today is Sunday, so no shipping. We do have some sales. But instead of showing you the sales at the beginning of the video today, we're going to do that at the end of the video because I have an auction that is ending later today, and I've just go ahead and group all the sales together at one time. We'll do that again at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We are already on the road, but it's not for reselling or thrifting. We are out running errands because we are doing something for my other YouTube channel. If you're one of my rocks, gems, and minerals people, the other channel is called The Rock Hound Connection, just like the Facebook group. So you can look forward to seeing a video on that channel fairly soon, within the next couple of days. Summer's winding down, the temperature's coming down a little bit. It's a little easier to work outside during the day. So we're going to start cutting rocks and polishing them, making gemstones. So stay tuned for that. But we also got some reselling business to take care of, and we will get to some of that later in this video. We're not going to do any thrifting today. I do not go in the local Goodwills on Sunday.
Today is when they change the colors of the price tags that go on half off sale, and the crowds in there are unbearable on Sundays. To me, anyway. I just can't handle that. So 6 days a week is plenty for thrifting. So you guys hang in there, sit tight, and we'll get you this video made today. Well, folks, I changed my mind. We are going to do a little sourcing today. We're out running our errands, and I remembered that the flea market is in town. We have this flea market in Oregon that travels around to different venues every weekend. And here in my area, they're only set up on Sundays from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. and it's already a little after 12. So hopefully there's some good stuff in here, and the vendors having such a short window to sell will be motivated to sell. So let's get in there and see what we can find. Well, it's obvious we didn't go into the flea market. We got there and there was a big line to get in, and they had doubled the cost of admission to get in there. We didn't have a whole lot of cash on us. They have an ATM there at that venue, but they charge a fee to use it. I was like, we only had a few minutes to look around. I was like, you know what? I'm not waiting forever in a line and then paying money to get money, and then pay money to get through the door, and then just for the chance that I might find something. Man, my area needs a flea market bad. We got a little small one south of town. It's actually set up in the parking lot of a storage facility, little storage unit facility. And they have like 10 or 15 people that set up on the weekends. And they got the same stuff every weekend, and it's never really worth picking up. Every great once in a while, if I go in there, I might find 1 or 2 items. So it's just not really worth me going down there very often. If I'm already in the area, I'll swing through there and see. But yeah, that's a shame that we don't have a really big flea market. We've got that one, and it travels from town to town. It's in a different town every week. When it's in my town, it's only the one day. It's a Sunday, and it's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I don't know how vendors can stand that. Local vendors, if they travel with the venue, I guess it's okay. But I couldn't do it. Anyway, that's why we didn't go into the flea market. We also have an antique show that comes around a couple of times a year at a different venue here in town, and it should be one of those coming up pretty quick, and when it does, I'll take you guys in there, and that's where I can find some of my better finds for the year. Anyway, it's obviously the next day. I'm wardrobe change and everything, and recording a lot of stuff out of sequence, so it's going to be a little bit of pain in my neck to edit this video for you guys tonight. So stick with me, and we're going to have a pretty good day. There we go. That's much better. Sorry, I accidentally hit the stop button. So if there's a little blurb in the video, that's what happened. My fumble fingers. Anyhow, let's get to it. First up, this sold on auction. Let's get you zoomed in. Zoom works better than sticking the camera way down on it. That is a Bulova Accutron watch with what's called the Tuning Fork Jubilee dial. It's from 1974, and that sold on auction for $81. And let's see what's next. We got this. This is called a tidbit tray. Just a glass tray with a handle on it, and it's been hand enameled. This one didn't bring as much money as I wanted to. When I first bought this, it was filthy. It was nasty. It took a little bit to clean it without damaging the cold paint that's on the bottom and the gold that's on the edges. But I found that it had a crack in the handle, and that seriously brought the value down. This sold for like $14 or $15 plus shipping. You know, not bad. I'm pretty sure I didn't pay much for it, but I was really hoping to get a lot more money for that. But that kind of stuff happens. Next, this is one of my favorite finds from the past week or so. This is a cast metal mallard duck that's been hand painted. It's in great condition. It's from the 60s or early 70s, but it's also a bottle opener.
So you could set this in your man cave, and you need a bottle opener, grab the duck. So that's what sold over the past couple of days. I'm going to get this stuff packaged up, labeled up. We're going to go to the post office, the bank, the bottle drop, and then the bins. So hang tight, folks. Come with me. Let's see what we can find today. I might as well set the camera up and do a little recording while we do this. I got the watch in a poly bag, and then the poly bag inside a bubble mailer, and then we're going to put this inside padded flat rate envelope. Reminds me, Q4, fourth quarter of the year, biggest time of the year for most resellers. Get on USPS.com and order your supplies. They are notorious every year for running out of supplies. So if you do a lot of shipping in the free USPS stuff, order it now. That way you don't run out when you need it the most. And having a decent shipping station is kind of important too. That way you're not fumbling around for half an hour to package one item. Now, I like getting free boxes and reusing them, but you can't always count on those boxes. Eventually that source changes or dries out. So it's really, for me, worth it. Get on Amazon and order supplies. You've been doing this for any length of time, you know the size boxes you need. You know how much bubble wrap you go through. Craft paper is a good thing to have. So stock this stuff up, build a dedicated shipping station. Keep an eye on it too, don't let your stuff run out. Currently I'm out of my 6x4x2 boxes. These little thank you stickers, I quite often get comments about them and positive feedback. And they're cheap. Something else I get off of Amazon. Getting back to having that fun I was talking about earlier. And referring back to a couple of the older videos, I was talking about the Crazy Lamp Lady and Moon Sky Vintage and my Flipping Van Life. Jocelyn, Sandy, and oh my God, Moon Sky Vintage. They were doing a scavenger hunt at a big antique fair, outdoor antique fair. They each got a list and they went out looking. It looked like they were having a lot of fun. So I thought I might try the same thing. Now, I don't have a big outdoor antique mall to go, or antique fair to go look for stuff. But I do have a lot of thrift stores and the bins. So you guys hit me up in the comments. Tell me some things to look for. And we'll go see if we can't find them. When I'm packing glass, I like to, before I put the bubble wrap on, I put some brown craft paper. The reason I do that is because I bought something from another seller during a live auction. When I got the box in, I was super impressed at how well it was done. I'm pretty good at shipping glass, but this person made me look like a rank amateur. So when you find somebody that does something that impresses you, it's a good idea to do what they did. Up your skills all the time. didn't work. Now let's see if we can put this thing in the size box that I said I was going to ship it in. Or if I'm going to have to create a new box. Let's put a little more tape on here. Alright, let's see what we got. And that's what I was afraid of. Shipping done. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. Come up out of there. Get that sticker on it. All right, guys. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and finish all this up, get it labeled up, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay, folks, we got all them packages ready to be dropped off at the post office. Wanted to show you guys who we're watching today while we're working in the shop, and that would be Harry Humstone. Go give Harry a subscription and tell him the Junk Monkey sent you. Very old friend of mine, been following me a long time. And today we're drinking out of the Tinkerbell coffee cup. Don't laugh at my Tinkerbell. I've had that mug since the mid to late 90s, so 30 years I've had that coffee mug. I don't know what it is about goofy coffee mugs. I just like them. All right, let's get down the road. We are at the bottle drop. I got one big bag of cans and bottles to drop off. I did a whole video series of me starting with $4 or $5 that I made here at the bottle drop, just turning in my cans and bottles. And I turned that into several $100s worth of profit and inventory. 4, 5, 6 of those videos, maybe 7 or 8, I don't remember, but go check them out. All right, got the bottles and cans dropped off, got the money in the pocket. You guys should guess how much I made. Go ahead and hit that pause button and go down and make your guess, and somewhere between now and the end of the video I'll show you guys the receipt ticket for where I dropped off my bottles and got paid. Now, it's not a lot, that's the only clue I'm going to give you, but it's enough to buy something to flip online for a profit. And then you can take that profit, go buy some higher profit items, and you just keep doing that over and over, and pretty soon it's self-sustaining, all with dropping off a bag of canned bottles. I've done it, still doing it. So pretty much everything I buy for this business for reselling is from profit, from both turning in bottles and cans and from reinvesting the profit I make selling the stuff online. Whoo, somebody's got some of that stinky stuff burning around here. Some of that devil's lettuce. I don't partake, but if you do, that's fine. Just stand upwind of me and I'll have an excuse. Not really. All right, we're headed to the bins. I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, we are at the bins, and the parking lot is about half empty. It's been a long time since I've seen the bins this empty of people. Hopefully that means we'll have a little easier time doing some filming for you guys. And also, I hope with a little less competition, there'll be a few more good items for us to pick up. Let's get in there and see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. What is in the big box? Nothing. He's empty. Old coffee makers, old light fixtures, not old enough to be worth anything. Part of an old blender. Whatever that thing is. I have gotten lucky in here before and found Fenton and Pyrex, Starbucks mugs. It's a cute bookend made in China. Only half the set. That's a neat bag. Well, I'd sure like to find another CRT TV new in box. Did that a few weeks back. Come in the next week, found another one that wasn't new in box. And the one new in box they charged me $5 for, the Magnavox with the built-in DVD player, they only charged me $2 for. It's kind of cool getting it 2 weeks in a row. Sure like for lightning to hit a third time. Alright, I'll bring you guys back in when I find something. Don't know who this guy is, but his tag says since 1972. I'm sure it wasn't made then. But we'll look him up. If you know what that is, drop it in the comments. Oh, that hurts my feelings. That is a DVD recorder. And it's got the cord. If they'll give me a deal on that, I'll take it home and test it, but you can't return stuff to the bins, and they don't let you test things here anymore. Apparently they got tired of things popping the breaker and setting fires, so they don't let us test stuff here anymore. Right, y'all, they let me have that VHS DVD recorder for $4. So I went ahead and paid for it, run it out to the truck, left my card in there by the cash register, and we'll run back in there and see what else we can find. Got a Cabbage Patch doll. Speaking of which, you should look up the Daily Cabbage, the.daily.cabbage on Instagram, and she's on Facebook also. If you ever have a question about Cabbage Patch, that's who you go to ask. Tell her Junk Monkey sent you. Might as well do a little bit of recording while we're here. Oh, that one package of stuff I showed you. I picked it up, showed it to you, and didn't tell you what it was. I always need little pieces of foam like this when I'm packing up delicate stuff. I could wrap this around some of the more delicate areas, kind of help me in shipping. This thing only weighs an ounce or two, so it's not going to cost us anything. It's more or less free shipping supplies. Thought that was a Pokemon at first, but the tag says 1992. There we go. I'll throw him in the cart and look him up. Might be a plush kind of day. If you're a crafty type person, you should come to the bins. There's always craft supplies here. Nope. There that little guy is. They really stack stuff deep in our bins here in my area. One of the great things about the bins in my area is if you get, the more you buy, the bigger the discount you get. And if you get 30 pounds, it goes down to 99 cents a pound. So I always strive to get full carts. If I don't worry about it. I'm not throwing a bunch of crap in there I don't need. A little piece of foam. Yeah, but if you fill your cart full of stuff just to make weight, you might as well just pay a little more per pound for stuff you actually can use. There is a rock. Believe it or not, I'm gonna take that. That might actually be an agate nodule. I was telling you guys at the beginning of the video that we set up my diamond saw for cutting rocks. We'll take that home, cut it open, and see what's in it. Buying rocks at the Goodwill bins. Who would have ever thought? Alright, I'll bring you guys back in if I find anything. A few toys in this bin. There's another something worth looking up. See if we can't find a few more. Put this up here. Don't dump it. Marvel Hot Wheels Beast. Probably not worth anything. No gold pins on that circuit board. What is this guy? Oh boy. Yes, it is an actual transformer. I'm gonna have to use my pocket knife to cut some of that stuff off. That looks like what's left of an old transformer, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna have to put the camera down so I can get this thing untangled. I have no idea who he is, which one it is, or how to put him back together. We'll play with him when we get to the house, though. That sounded weird. We'll play around with it and see if we can figure out how to put it back together. Is that just one little string of toys? It almost look like one of those bags that you see in the Goodwills. Got ripped open and just dumped in one spot. I'm not really seeing much else in the way of toys. Huh. All right, I'll bring you guys in to find something else. Y'all, the bins in my area is set up in 1, 2, 3, 4 islands. Short wall is for glass, and the long back wall is for clothing. What I like to do is hit each section, and when I finish that section, I go back to my cart, go through it, and see what's keeper and what's not. So it just kind of helps me keep my cart from getting overflowed with a bunch of junk I'm not going to keep. So let me get to looking this stuff up and we'll move on to the next section. All right, y'all, that last island I went through was loaded with media. It was also loaded with these new sealed, what do you mean? I guess it's a game, but they're all new sealed. The sell-through is great. There are 2 listed, 10 sold, and they sell for between $10 and $12 plus shipping each. So there's easily $100 worth of profit right there. One single listing. I'm gonna go through all this media, see if any of it's worth keeping, and then we'll move on to the next one. They did a rotation and the crowd size in here doubled. So I don't know how much more recording we can do, but we just did this island. Found a few things. I found a North Face fleece vest. Found a second Cabbage Patch doll. Now these things aren't worth a lot of money, but you can usually get around 10 bucks for one of them. I found this tool bag. It's a super heavy duty tool bag, and I want it. I can't resell it, but I want it for working around the house. We're gonna throw that back. Found a damn machete. I mean, seriously, but it's a carbon steel machete with a wooden handle. That's personal use. I go to the woods a lot, or used to. Let's see, what else we got in it? Last video we talked about Tendo. If you've been keeping up with him, you'll know the significance of me finding this. I'm gonna look it up. I don't think I'll keep it, but I'm gonna look it up, see if it's worth reselling. Same with that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that or not, but it's a vintage drill. There's a bag full of little mini bulbs in there and batteries. I'm gonna go through it and get rid of the batteries because they're probably no good. And golly, they just don't care. All up on me. I'll bring you guys back when we find something else. This guy just came over here and just squeezed into that tight of a spot to try to get to something while I was standing here. He'd have said excuse me or something, or just stood back and waited. I was almost done filming, but I don't know, these people in here are just weird sometimes. Anyway, we found this Coach wallet. However, it's not what it seems. This piss poor stitching didn't give it away. That peeling leather, that Coach doesn't
doesn't peel like that. So that's fake. We found a Stevie Ray Vaughan Double Trouble live from Austin, Texas, VHS. No sleeve for it, no cover, no clamshell, no nothing. Rip. Let's see. This is something we're gonna have to look up. That one ain't no good. I love these movies. I might get that one just so I can watch it. All right, guys, I'll bring you guys back in when I find something. We've still got 2 more islands and the clothing wall to go through. Right. How many of you are old enough to remember these things? Pretty cool. Leaving it. We are leaving with a cart full. Cost us $36 and some odd cents. I was able to hit my 30 pounds plus a little bit more. Got a few. I got one VHS tape. I don't even remember what all I got in electronics. A bunch of light bulbs and stuff. Paid 50 cents for all of that. But we're going to get all of this packed into the truck. This is the cool find right here. This is a Marine Corps dress blazer. And these sell anywhere for no less than 50 bucks, all the way up to a couple of hundred. So I even have a little brother that, unless he's like me and just kept getting bigger as he got older, he might want that because he was in the Marine Corps. Anywho, that's what we got at the bins. I'll give you a better look at the haul when we get it back to the shop. We're going to get this in the truck. I'm going to go in there and wash my hands, return this cart. Then we're gonna go find us some lunch. All right, we are at Heroes Grill. They make subs, burgers, and fries. I've had their food before, and it's pretty doggone good. I'm gonna go in here and see if they got some kind of daily special. I'm gonna sit down and relax for a little bit and eat me some late lunch. Oh, y'all. The special at Heroes Grill today was a patty melt. I have never in my life seen a patty melt that big. They cut that rascal in half, and it was all I could do to finish one. I put forth some effort to try and eat the second one, but there's no way. And I can put some groceries away. So yeah, Heroes Grill. They make subs, burgers, and fries. If you're ever in Medford and you want a good meal that you get what you pay for, instead of paying McDonald's $10, $11, $12 for their garbage, go across the parking lot. Eat at Heroes Grills. You're going to pay $13 or $14, but you're going to get well worth your money. And you get to go in there and sit down in a place that's clean. They jam into some good old tunes. And it's just a much better experience than what you're going to get at most of these big time, big name fast food joints. So come on down to Medford and hit up Heroes Grills. Right now I'm going to go home and try not to lay down and take a nap after all that food. I'm gonna get this truck unloaded and I'll make a haul video for you guys, then we'll wrap this rascal up and start getting it edited. So Poshmark just made a big announcement. They're changing how they do shipping. It's both good news and bad news. The good news is it's going from $8 and change down to $6.49 for anything less than 5 pounds. So up to 5 pounds, it's only $6.29. Don't have to measure anything. You don't have to weigh anything. Just weigh it to make sure it's under 5 pounds. And yeah, that's it. Bad news. You can no longer use the free priority shipping supplies. You're not going to ship priority on Poshmark anymore, not after the 12th of September. So that means it's going to take longer to get paid on Poshmark. As it is right now, it took 3 days or less to get to your buyer because it went priority, and they had 3 days to accept it, which meant 6 days tops from the time you ship it, you get paid. Ground Advantage is taking up to 10 days to get delivered, in some cases longer, unless you're shipping within your own shipping zone. So you're looking at the possibility of a lot of things you're not going to get paid for 2 weeks. Here's what I plan to do. Until now, I've only listed clothing and shoes on Poshmark, and I use the free priority shipping stuff. The poly mailers, the padded flat rate envelopes, and the shoe boxes, and the large flat rate boxes. That's all I ship. I ship everything Poshmark in those. Can no longer use those. I'm going to start listing my hard goods that are under 5 pounds on there, because there's a lot of things that are 2 to 3, 4 pounds, and for $6.29 shipping, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do about it. What are you going to do about it?
Okay, y'all, don't hate me for this one. Oh, this is crazy. Hey, listen, I'm setting up a video over here for a Ben's haul, and I picked up a couple of Cabbage Patch dolls today. One of them is one that I hadn't seen before, so I contacted my friend Sarah at the.daily.cabbage on Instagram, asking her what I had. And we've come to the conclusion that she is a growing hair Cabbage Patch Kid. The hair grows and gets shorter, and it's supposed to activate by pulling the ponytail. Now here's the part I don't want y'all to hate me for. She said sometimes the dielectric grease in the mechanism inside the body of the doll will seize up from age, and you have to punch her in the stomach to make it work. She said, yeah, sometimes you gotta beat it really hard. Oh God, this keeps getting worse or better. How to make it work. So here we go, we're gonna try it. It's looking at me. Oh. Ooh, that felt like it did something. No? She said you gotta do it several times. All right, you little thing, work. Okay, maybe we pat her on the back. Maybe that'll work better. Sorry, it's not working and I'm looking like an idiot. And I'm hitting it pretty hard. That hurts. There's like a plastic box inside it, y'all. Oh, Lord. If y'all know how to fix this thing, and if Sarah says that's the way to do it, that's the way to do it. But if anybody knows another way. Oh. All right, I quit. Okay, folks, we got back from the, obviously we got back from the bins. You just saw me working on the doll that hair is supposed to grow. We did get it, I talked to Sarah some more, did get it to where the hair does pull out. Well, I can't do it one-handed, but it's still not 100%. We're still going to sell it as is, probably a $10 buy. Probably a $10 buy on that one. Let's see, we come up with a North Face fleece vest that needs cleaning, obviously. And we came up with 10 various pairs of jeans. No great home runs with the jeans. We should average about anywhere from $10 to $20 a pair. Let's see, we got a Magnavox remote control. That should get us about 10 bucks. This is supplies for the shop. I'm always finding these little lamps that use those small light bulbs, and those things are expensive. So for about 50 cents, we got a bag full of those. This is a brace and bit style drill. That might end up, it's no name on it or anything, so that one may end up just being part of my collection. I like old tools like that. The find of the day was probably this Marine Corps jacket. I showed you that earlier in the video. This should get us around 50 bucks minimum. And we got a whole stack of towels. We use these around the shop cleaning all the time. And we got a George of the Jungle VHS. It's probably only worth 5 bucks, if it'll even sell. I wasn't leaving it behind. It's just too freaking cool. If nothing else, I'll set up a VCR and I'll watch it myself. Hey, we even found some cash. Found a dime and a penny in the bins. And yes, I put that in my basket and had them weigh it. And last but not least, we got the, well, it's not last but not least, got a couple more things to show you. Anyway, we got a Magnavox VHS DVD recorder. We got to test it. If it works, that's probably $75 to $100. Let's see. We got some various toys. I still got to clean and look them up. We got some shipping supplies and a rock. I'm going to cut this rock and show you guys what it looks like coming out of the saw. probably the biggest risk we took today. We got 14 of these new sealed games. I looked them up. There's 2 listed and 10 sold. The average sale price on those was around $10 plus shipping. They weigh a little over 2 pounds. I'm going to list a multi-quantity listing of these things. 14 of them at $10 a piece. That's $140. Will they sell? Who knows? But all I got to do is sell just one of them because they charged me 25 cents a piece for these. We got 14 of them. I think 14 of them, and we paid $3.50 for all 14 of them. So that's a pretty good sale. It's a little bit of a risk, but for $3.50, I'll take it. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. I got a lot of work getting all this stuff cleaned, drafted, pictures taken, listings made. It's a lot of work. I'm gonna be up pretty late tonight, and it's gonna take me a couple of days to get all of this listed. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and y'all come back now. You hear?